2022-2023. Additionally, he has actively conducted speechcraft programs showcasing his commitment to empowering others through communication and leadership skills. Professionally, Vishal is the district sales manager at Expeditors International Kuwait and holds a Six Sigma Green Belt certification, demonstrating his expertise in process improvement and operational excellence. A passionate traveler and photographer, Vishal believes in leading by example and embracing fun as an integral part of the leadership journey. Please welcome our speaker of the day, our presenter, Toastmaster Vishal Edward.
Thank you very much.
Vishal, I've always wondered, Vishal Edward Khan, what kind of a combination you have? The stage is yours.
Thank you very much. Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster to everyone here.
Good evening.
Speechcrafters, boys and girls. My name is Toastmaster Vishal Edward Khan, and it's truly an honor for me to be here presenting you a part of the Speechcraft program, and which is knowing your purpose. Now, as Toastmaster Hanan asked you, how was your day? A lot of you people said it was great. Somebody had a little less vibe in that. But let me ask you another question. What was the purpose of your day today? Anybody? What was the purpose that you thought when you woke up or when you got ready? Did you have a purpose in mind? Maybe fight with your manager? No?
Strong for the day.
Start strong for the day, yes, okay.
Except what's coming.
Okay. So that's right. So what happens is, as human beings, we unconsciously or consciously make an effort to have a purpose in our life. Like Ramzi had a very strong purpose in his life, to be financially independent, and he achieved it. And that's what makes him happy about it. So I want you to be very much inspired by the word purpose. Now, it is just another word in dictionary. We use it all the time. And like I said, unconsciously we are, as human beings, get attracted, gravitate towards the purpose. So, similarly, in your speech, there has to be a purpose. Now, I want you to point out to me, what are the two most important words in this sentence? Your, okay? No. And purpose. So, why I said your? It is important because it is your purpose. It is something which is very personal to you. It is not a purpose of the audience, but it is your purpose. And that's what you need to understand. It is something which is very, very personal. Second word was purpose. Now, as we have already explained the fact that how important is purpose, and there's a beautiful saying by this wise man. The two most important days in your life are the day when you were born and the day you discovered the reason why. You discovered your purpose. And that was another very important thing. So finding a purpose in anything, in any activity, be it a small journey of your day or a life journey, knowing a purpose is a very significant milestone. Now, so as Speechcraft, we also have purposes. So what do you think could be the purpose of your speech? I mean, what could be some purposes in your speech? Any guesses?
Deliver a message.
Delivering a message, okay, that's a good one.
Creating an impact.
Impact,
Inspiring others.
Sharing
Very
best
true.
practices, for example.
Sharing the best practices, all those things. Well, Toastmasters, I mean, all of you are absolutely right. And we'll have a small, quick activity. As you are sitting, I would just want you to tell me what is that activity that you do based on our purposes in the speech. Now, understanding the purpose in your speech, Toastmasters has broadly classified into 4 categories. That's your purpose is for information, for persuasion, inspiration, and entertainment. Now, as you said, Khaldun, you said bringing up what was your
Impact
impact,
or best practices.
best practice. So that would be classified in terms of information.
Okay.
You said inspiration comes over there. I think somebody said about persuasion comes over, and Toastmaster Hanan was talking about entertainment, speech contest. So we'll do a small exercise, and I want one of you, to share me an example of how you would do an information. How would you use your speech as a form of information? So first, let's understand what this information purpose is achieving. It could be either updating your team, announcing some announcement, rules, sharing best practices. So, any examples in your office where you have tried the purpose, where your purpose is information?
A lot. It's every day in the briefing.
Like,
We need to share with the team about the feedback that we receive from the customers, the new rules that we have from the company, the things that we need to do in regular days, the changing rules of the operations, all that.
that's correct. We add a little twist here. And I want you to also tell me where you have practiced this purpose in your personal life. Let's say with your spouse. Have you tried this purpose of information?
Yes. So, for example, in some life aspects,
Yes.
so while you are trying to convince or align with your partner
Yes.
on a specific approach for a specific subject, so here you want to bring some facts to convince, to be convincing in your to achieve your purpose actually.
To achieve your
So in these cases, you will if you are a logical, analytical thinking person, you should rely on information and facts. So information will be a key for you to achieve your purpose. So you have a desire, you have a reason for this desire or a purposeful. So you should share some facts, and it will be all information based.
It will be information based. So here your purpose was in your profession side, updating. So that was your purpose. Now let's look at what is a persuasion purpose. A persuasion purpose could be if you're facing clients. There your purpose of your speech is to convince the clients. It could also be internal customers, convincing your management. And on a personal side, it could be also convincing your family or your friends. Have you tried that? Convincing your clients? Anyone client facing?
I have one scenario where I was approached by one of my colleagues
Okay.
who was crying and carrying on. And, she wasn't able to go back to her home country because of something that happened over here. She had to, I don't know, somebody in her family bought a cell phone, didn't pay it, blah, 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 something like this. And she got all these penalties, so she wasn't able to leave the country. So for 5 years, she didn't see her kids. And so I worked out a budgeting strategy with her, and I said, but you have to follow this. If you follow this, then within no time you'll be able to pay the debt and you'll be able to work it. And in the beginning, she didn't believe it, right? She wanted to keep all the money, and she wanted, but she didn't earn a lot, right? So after a certain amount of time, she saved up money to pay, and she went on vacation. So I asked her, where are you going on vacation? And she said, I'm going home. After 5 years or 6 years, she went back home to her home country to see her son. So it was persuading her, but in a different way, saying, you know, we're trying to convince her that this is what could look like, and if she sticks to the plan, this is what she can achieve. Where if she doesn't, then she will remain here in Kuwait.
True. That's it. So that's where you practice the purpose of your speech as persuasion. You were convincing them. It's not necessarily just in your professional environment, but also in your personal environment. Now let's look into the inspiration. Inspiration is typically motivating. You want to motivate your team. You want to motivate your subordinates. You want to motivate your family and friends. I'm sure all of us, as parents, you have felt the need to motivate. So that moment, your purpose is to motivate. Any examples? Somebody motivated the child today or somebody?
Please.
Employees, okay, you. That's good. How did you do that? You.
As a technical team with the experience I have and the current team which we recruited recently with the less knowledge, so we always, or I always keep motivating them that I came from this background.
Sure.
I joined this company as a technician and I grow until I reach a manager, and you can do the same. I joined with zero knowledge on Excel at least, and now I'm able to do this, and you are able to do the same.
Correct. Very true. I've seen Deepak's story as well. It was quite motivating. He explained how his journey from a very humble to what he's achieved today. Absolutely motivating. And finally, when it comes to entertainment, now this is which basically comes where we are having a speech contest. Like Hanan, she's a humorous speech contest. She's a humorous speech champion. And we in Toastmaster we have different categories. So there our speech purpose is for the entertainment. Also, it has got different segments or different categories of speech. So that would be basically the thing. You could also achieve this purpose by having a family gathering where your purpose is to entertain. So that's so those are the 4 purposes Toastmasters has broadly classified when it comes to the purpose of your speech. Now, how do we do that? So as you understand, when your purpose is to inform, you would not want to mix up with something else. Let's say you want to go and speak to your team about the rules and regulation. You would not want to start with, hey, where did you buy this bag? It looks amazing. And okay, by the way, I'm going on a vacation tomorrow. And you see that message is getting mixed up. So that is why it is very important or very significant that you understand what is that purpose. You have that purpose preconceived in your mind and try not to mix up the messages. Because what happens? What is the eventual the result that we want to achieve? The message to be well delivered to the receiver. Well, we all do it the right way, and we also do it the wrong way. Toastmasters, we have basically a CPC framework, which is a short form, and it tells us how we can achieve these purposes. So, there are 3 important areas that we look at when you're trying to achieve your purpose. That is to have clarity, a personal connection, and call to action. So trying to make it very, very simple. Clarity. As I said, when you are talking to your subordinates, or when you're making a message or a small speech to your subordinates or to your team, you want to be clear you want to be as clear as possible. You have to be focused, and you also have to keep in mind what is the end message that I want to give it to them. So that's where the key message is always taken into consideration when it comes for your purpose, and that's how you achieve clarity in your speech. Secondly, whom are we saying these messages to? We're sending a message to all people. So that's why it needs to have a personal connection. And how we do have a personal connection?
Proper communication.
A proper communication, you need to relate yourself.
Yes.
And what are the things you're trying to relate? Based on the needs and the values of your audience. So that is where a personal connection is equally important as much as the clarity. We need to be a little more empathetic.
Passionate about the topic.
Passionate about the person, not digress from our subject, but at least we have to show that empathy, because eventually it's a human being that we are communicating. So that's the reason a personal connect is very, very, very much vital in your to achieve the purpose of your speech. And finally, we have a call to action. Now, this call to action in your speech, I mean, later when you are actually doing your speeches, when you do your 5 to 7 minute speech, you want your audience to do something, to feel about something, and to think about something. That purpose, or whatever your call for action was, you want them. So that is what comes in the call for action. What is that you want them to do? What is that you want them to be empathetic about? What is that you want them to think about? Today, pollution is a problem, but are we worried? No. But at some place in this world, it is a problem. So how do you actually do that? So that's your call of action. You try to tell people that this is what I want you to feel about, that maybe few years down the lane, generations after generation will be facing this. So that is your call of action. So we achieve our purpose by clarity, our personal connection, and finally a call for action. So with that, I'll conclude, but let's do a little recap. Quiz. So, what are the 4 purposes of your speech? Information. Bingo. Persuasion.
Inspiration.
Inspiration. Entertainment. Yes, that's very true. These are the first, 4 purposes, broadly classified purposes of your speech. And let's recap on how you do that. What are the 3 core elements in achieving these purposes?
Clarity.
Clarity, okay.
Personal connection.
Personal connection.
Call to action.
Call to
And
action.
call to action. Yes. And I'm happy that you're all able to connect to it, because I feel that personal connection. So, with these purposes in your mind, and with these elements which helps you to achieve your purposes, this is basically a structure, a very basic structure that we want all of you to understand, that which will help you in your speech development. Now, most of us are already doing it, but maybe we are not doing all of it, maybe we're doing some of it. But when you try to develop your speech, or when you try to have a conversation on your professional or in your personal life, try to remember this cheat sheet, and I'm sure you'll be able to achieve your purpose. Thank you.